So, Gina Carano is suing Disney and Lucasfilm. We knew that anyway. Disney moved to get it dismissed, and then Disney appealed that decision. They're trying to stop Discovery.
Yeah.
Right. That's the whole point of what they're trying to do.
Terrifying.
And because Discovery is going to be, it's going to be a gold mine for us.
Yes.
Oh, I can make so many videos on it, so much money. So and just so funny as well. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So Gina Carano gets another big win against Disney as court rejects Disney's attempt to block Discovery as it appeals to dismiss the case. Now, it's a very abnormal thing that they did. It's so blatant that it's all trying to avoid Discovery. So let's have a look, right? So Gina Carano got another big win in a lawsuit against Disney. So Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett rejected Disney's request to block Discovery. Again, really, really specific, as it appealed its failed motion to dismiss to the Ninth Circuit Court. So Carano shared the victory on Twitter, saying, after the judge denied Disney's request to dismiss my case, Disney requested permission to immediately appeal that decision to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and delay all Discovery whilst that appeal takes place. It's like, I mean, how much more blatant can you get that they're trying to hide stuff? Yesterday, October 16th, we learned that the judge denied Disney's unusual request. I'm obviously very pleased with the opportunity to keep moving forward with the judicial process and into Discovery. Whilst I wish this was not necessary, as it is not my desire to be in this battle in court, I will not shrink away from it because it's hard or uncomfortable. Again, huge thanks to all of you who've shown me support daily, to my incredible lawyers, and to Elon Musk because he's funding this, and to the people of X for the opportunity in continuing this lawsuit and seeking justice onward. And so there was this is the 10-page ruling, super comical. The judge said this: having considered the parties' submissions, the relevant law and the record in this case, the court denies the motion. Defendants do not, however, explain how a Ninth Circuit opinion affirming the court's order would alleviate the burden of responding to the discovery plaintiff has propounded to date. Nor is it apparent to the court how such a decision could provide such relief. In any event, arguments regarding discovery, which the court notes were not at issue in the order, do not appear to have any bearing on the termination of the litigation and do not persuade the court that certification is appropriate. Basically, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah, that's the judge said, shut up. What? Be quiet. Right? Sounds
super funny. Super funny. So there you go. I mean, that's basically it, really. What do you think?
Well, the judge just isn't having it, and I have to respect her. She's doing a remarkable job in a bad situation in a state is the only state that has any law that would allow for this to happen, because they were trying to protect communists with that law.
Culture, can I ask? Is it California? Is it?
Yes.
Happening? Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that law was in place because McCarthy had exposed a network of Reds. That we really should have listened to McCarthy at the time. Because they went on to expand their evil, in it throughout entertainment and into your education system. Regardless, they have a law that protects the commies. And therefore, political opinions and political affiliations are protected in California in a way they aren't in other places. So Disney's on the hook. Now, the only fight Disney has is for somebody, Supreme Court level, to say that law is unconstitutional, which will then screw Hollywood again as a whole. So Disney could be responsible for doubly, triply, or quadruply screwing over Hollywood by their firing of one actress. Would be amazing to me. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I mean, I concur. Yeah, it's really great what Culture said about McCarthy. It's interesting, actually. Someone mentioned McCarthy on Twitter earlier today, and I posted an article I wrote about 3 years ago saying McCarthy did nothing wrong. the State Department and lots of other bits of the American establishment and society were indeed completely riddled with card-carrying Stalinist communists. He did the right thing. As an actual man, he was a little bit of a drunk and a little bit of a bully, but his politics were right on the money. He wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. We end up where we are today, where his name is almost shorthand for sort of authoritarianism, right-wing authoritarianism or something. And it's just nonsense. And if Gina and Elon can destroy it from the foundations up, oh God, it'd be so sweet, wouldn't it? It'd be so sweet. I'm just glad they got the judge is sort of not having it. They haven't got one of those partisan wokist.
What's funny is the judge was actually nominated by a Democrat, believe it or not, Bo.
Interesting. That is interesting. As I imagine a lot of them would be in California. So that's good. That's good to know. There are some people, that still take the oath to the Constitution and stuff seriously. They take the job of being a magistrate or a judge seriously. Yeah. And it seems like, I mean, obviously I'm no Californian lawyer, but it seems to me the idea that they will appeal to the Ninth Circuit Court, that's just below the Supreme Court, isn't it? I believe. Just appeal to a higher court to say, oh, you can't do discovery. It does sound like complete nonsense, and I'm glad the judge is just not having it. So hopefully, I mean, that is the key to it all, is the discovery, isn't it? That is where all the dirty linen will come out there. And so if we can do it, I hope so.
Such great stuff revealed.
Do you realize I will not sleep, right, for like days at that point, because you and I and many other creators are going to be poring over this discovery to just video. It's going to be like this machine of people just. Even Nick will actually make content. Yeah, Nick will make content. It'll be great.
That's the thing. It'll be truly fascinating to see what they reveal, though. Like the emails and text messages from Kathleen Kennedy about Gina Carano. Oh, she said this. Can you imagine, like the vitriol she would have spit? Gina, blah, 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 be amazing. Be crazy stuff. Absolutely
all the hatred and venom that evil woman has in her. All her preferential self-inserting narcissism on display for the world to see. Not to mention the fact that we'll probably, as things expand and the scope expands, there'll be additional discovery that'll be requested, because the scope of the investigation will get larger and beyond the traditional limit that's currently set for, the subjects of discovery. So, I mean, this could go on for a while and just obliterate the garbage inside of Disney. It could be just amazing.
One of the worst PR nightmares Disney will ever have.
Yeah.
One of the worries is that Disney do that thing, the particular strategy you can do of just destroy all the evidence, and when it comes out in Discovery that they've done that, because you can't hide that anyway,
they go to jail forever,
and then people start going to jail. But then they might make the calculation that that's better than the dirty laundry coming out. Either way, Disney are on the ropes. It seems like here, if that's probably the last thing that Disney's lawyers have got, that's probably the last argument they're going to get to prevent it from happening. So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to make a prediction. Let me make this quick fact though. The Walt Disney Company is worth about 175 million. Elon Musk is worth about 250 million.
Billions.
Not millions, billions. So, this is nothing for Elon to take on this case. It's not really anything for Disney. I mean, they can sit there and spend all this money, but I'm going to make a prediction. Disney does not want this to go to Discovery. Since the court rejected their attempt to block Discovery, I'm guessing Disney's next step is going to be to settle out of court and to do whatever it is she wants to prevent Discovery from happening, because they don't want Discovery. And I I think that's where they're going to move to next. They're going to be like, look, we do not want this to go to Discovery. Let's have a sit down with her and her lawyers, and we will do whatever it is she wants to avoid Discovery and try to get this thing settled out of court. And that's how much. And if that does happen, that's just going to prove that they don't want that dirty laundry out there, whatever that dirty laundry is, which there's probably plenty of it out there. But I see that being the next step for on Disney's end.
I would think significantly less of Gina Carano if she settled out of court, because if they're offering things like that, it's because they know that things are going to be really, really bad if it moves forward. Like, they don't have any bargaining power, so there'd be no point for her to accept something like that.
So for those who are unaware,
she has all the cards at that point.
Yeah, for those who are unaware, Gina is wealthy.
Yeah,
this isn't about money for her.
Nope.
So she stands on her principles. Even if Disney were to cave with a massive settlement financially, they'd also have to come through with her other demands. They'd have to reinstate her show. They'd have to bring her back in. They'd have to, apologize. Do you think Disney wants to do any of those things?
Nope.
Yeah, and she's not. None of this is her money. It's Elon's money, as has been pointed out here. So she has no financial incentive not to move forward with this. And this is the kind of angel investment in freedom that we need to have billionaires supporting and to combat the lawfare that's unwound so many freedoms and liberties that we have here in the States and around, believe it or not, around the globe. Because as the U.S. goes, so goes the rest of the world. If you're slowly being taken over by authoritarian cabals, this is the last opportunity for people to fight back against that. Believe it or not, we have a powerful culture in the Western world, and that's led by the U.S. Despite the gritting teeth Brits over here that I'm hanging out with. But we are going to hopefully in this next selection of leadership stem the tide of the illegal occupation by invading forces from the South and return them from whence they came, amongst other things. Regardless, this is a step in the right direction culturally, and I demand we get Discovery because I cannot wait for that day.
I think what everyone said's right. I don't think Nick's wrong. I think that's exactly what Disney will want to do. So the question is just if Gina goes for it or not. And I completely agree with what Nate and Culture said there. I think, I hope and I think she won't take the bait and will insist on a full trial. Because I think, I might be wrong, but I think one of the first times I was on here, or a few months ago now, she already said, I won't settle.
Yeah.
I think she already went on record and said that. Now, lots of people say that, even your lawyers say that. And it's very, very difficult, even if you're already rich, even if you're a multi-millionaire, it's very difficult if someone says, we'll give you like 100 million or some silly number. I'm always really disappointed. Like a lot of the people in the Prince Andrew thing and the Epstein thing ended up settling out of court, and they'd been sexually assaulted and stuff. People do. So it's difficult. It is difficult to keep going, but I think, and I hope Gina will. Like I said, as Coach said, she doesn't necessarily need the money. She's not going without meals or anything. She doesn't have to pay a mortgage, I wouldn't have thought. And she already went on record, and it's not even her money. Uncle Elon's paying for it all. So fingers crossed she stays strong.
I think she will. Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We'll see. I mean, it's a pretty big revelation, all of this anyway. It's great that they got such a great judge working on it. That judge is just not having any of the nonsense. No.
I bet Disney knew who that judge was, and when it was announced who the judge would be, they were like, "Oh no, not her! Oh no!"
Probably because
people in the know
cases going through. So you're right; they probably do know the judges. They probably do know of them because they've got so much legal action against them. It's madness. So,
do you remember, Nate, how many cases I said were actively pending against them? It's like It's astounding the number of cases they're fighting at once. There's
a class action lawsuit of like 10,000 female employees as well.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
mad.
Oh,
There's loads of stuff against them.
Yeah, I think there's 14 current suits against Disney right now that have yet to seek resolution or yet to reach resolution.
Like, it's pretty bad, the amount that's going up against them.
And they're massive. The ones you pointed out, I mean, you're talking hundreds of millions in unfair wage discrimination that is claimed right now. It's bonkers sauce.
Their legal department definitely stays busy.
Yeah,
dude, the lawyer mice, right? And they're so evil. I mean, let's be honest. This is a company who is very glad to write into their terms of service for their streaming service that if you ever sign up for a trial or use their services, you can't sue them.
Yeah, they're evil. They deserve everything they get. I mean, on the face of it, we know the details, but on the face of it, they shouldn't be anywhere near in this bad of a shape, right? They should be a company that make animated films like Snow White and Fantasia and run a theme park. You shouldn't be getting lawsuits and class action stuff, and they deserve everything they get, don't they?
Yeah, it should just be. Yeah, should be there's no reason none of any of this stuff should be happening for them, but they've waded into.
They brought it all on themselves, haven't they? Which is great.
Yeah, that wrongful death lawsuit that they're going through with the $50,000 that the guy wanted, that they're trying to fight over, that is going to be so damaging to them. Just the look of that case, the PR of that case.
Yeah, the optics are bad. You're 100% right.
You can't sue us because you joined Disney Plus. Like,
yeah, and all he's asking for is $50,000. Like, they won't even miss that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's absolutely madness. But anyway, so we got a funny super chat about this. Chaos is Fun says for $5, Your Honor, I'd like to appeal your decision on the grounds the evidence will confirm my client's guilty.
Right. It's basically it, isn't it? It's right on the nose.
Oh, brilliant. Right, we'll move on from this. That was a great super chat.
You guys are on fire tonight.
Cool, right. We've got quite a good one to move on to. I know, Bo, you're going to love this one, mate.